Hey guys, as promised, I'm back on Saturday with another video, and today I'm going to be making cheesecake sandwich cookies. So here I have some butter, and it's at room temperature. I have 1 egg. Hold on. So first I'm going to put in the butter, and then I'm going to show you guys the rest of my ingredients. And today I'm using a paddle to mix together. So I'm creaming the butter now. So here I have 1 egg, which is also at room temperature. I have 1 tablespoon of vanilla and some lemon zest in this bowl mixed together. I have 3/4 teaspoon of baking soda and 1/4 of a teaspoon of salt. I have some flour, 1 1/3 cup of flour, and a cup of sugar. And you guys are probably wondering why I took the butter out of this cup. It's because I have a pro tip to show you guys. So let's go. And the butter is creaming inside of my mixer. So my pro tip for today is if you wake up and you're like, I want to make sugar cookies, and you don't have the butter at room temperatures, I'm going to show you guys how to make sure your butter is at room temperature. So what you're going to do is you're going to boil some water. And then you're going to pour it in the cup. So I'm going to wait until it's kind of boiling. But I think our butter is creamed, so let's go check. So my butter is creamed. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to add in my sugar. Okay, so now my water is somewhat boiled. I turned it off and I'm going to pour it in this cup. And then I'm going to put this container over it so that heats up. And then we're gonna go back. So before we go back over there to make the sugar cookie, we're gonna wait 5 minutes for this to heat up. And then so I found the melon baller and I put the cookie dough in this container because you have to put it in the fridge because we don't want it to spread too much. We want it to be small, a small little cookie. And when you put it in the fridge, it becomes cold, and when it's cold, it doesn't spread as much. So I scooped it out, and because it's still cold, you want it to be like that. So I'm gonna use my finger. I couldn't. So now we're. Sometimes you have to do it a couple of times so that you get the dough out, and then sometimes you have to use your fingers to get the rest of it out. And also I preheated the oven to 350 degrees. And I'm using this baking sheet for my cookies.
Can you say why you're using a melon baller?
I'm using a melon baller because the melon baller helps get the right size cookies.
The same size.
Yeah, the same size cookies. Whereas the ice cream scoop, it's too big. And if you guys don't have a melon baller, you can use 2 teaspoons, and like scoop it out like that.
Why do you want your cookies the same size?
You want your cookies the same size so that like when you put the top and bottom to the sandwich, it's not one is bigger than the other and it's disproportional.
Are there any variations to this cookie recipe?
Yeah, you could do a chocolate one, or maybe just plain vanilla if you wanted to, or maybe you could change the filling, like you could do like a strawberry filling or a pumpkin filling, whatever flavor you really you enjoy. Sorry if it's taking me a little while. I have to use my finger to get the dough out of the melon baller. So now we're at the last one. So this is the last one, and I still have some dough, but I can always make this in batches. Okay, so now that I have all my cookies on the tray, this is what it looks like. And now I'm gonna go put it in the oven. And I'm gonna wash my hands because I have cookie dough on them. So now I'm going to pull the mixer over and I'm going to put this to the side. So what I have is I have 1 stick of butter at room temperature. I have a pack of cream cheese at room temperature, a tablespoon of vanilla, a half a cup of powdered sugar, a third of a cup of brown sugar, and half a lemon squeezed. So all of these ingredients are for the filling, and I have a whisk to make. And also, I'm going to set the timer for 12 minutes. Yeah, so now that my timer's set for 12 minutes, I'll know when the cookies are done. So the first thing...
Hannah, what attachment are you using to spin?
The whisk. So I'm putting in my butter now. And gonna make and now I'm gonna get scissors to open my cream cheese. So now I'm going to add in the cream cheese. I'm going to get a spatula to help take it out.
Hannah, what are some things you can mix into your cream cheese?
You could put some, I'm going to put my vanilla, so you could add in the vanilla.
Cream cheese and
Oh. You could put a flavor, you can incorporate a flavor into your cream cheese.
like what?
Like strawberry or chocolate. So I added in the brown sugar. And now I'm going to add in the powdered sugar. And lastly, we're going to add in the lemon juice. Okay, so now that it's done, this is what it looks like. And I'm going to get a spatula to mix it
and clean off the.
Yeah, just clean up all the powdered sugar. And the whisk. So I'm gonna put that back in there, and I'm gonna hold the top. So first I'm gonna wash my hands so that it doesn't get all over me. Okay, so now I'm scraping down the sides, and I'm folding it into the batter, and I'm gonna scrape down this.
What would you say the texture of this is?
It's kind of like creamy, like yeah, it's creamy. I don't know, like
frosting?
yeah, like frosting. Sorry, I couldn't think of it. Okay, so I'm gonna let the cookies finish baking, and then I'll come back to you guys when it's time to put the cookies together. Guys, so my cookies are done, and I made them in batches. This is what they look like. So they came out a little flatter, so I have to use a cookie cutter to cut them. So what I'm gonna do is I'm going to place it, and I'm just gonna press down. That one didn't cut, so let's try this one.
It did cut. You see the ridges?
Yeah.
You see the ridges in this one?
Okay, so I'm gonna use this spatula to kind of like take off all the edges that we don't want stuck to the cookie. Well, at least we know that they're crunchy. So it went in, so we'll just take that back out. And we're gonna use the line that's around it to like kind of like break it off. Okay, so that's how you cut a cookie using the cookie cutter. And so I'm gonna put it on the cooling rack over there. So I only showed you one just so that you guys know how to use the cookie cutter. But I already have some that are cooled off, and a benefit of the cookie cutter is that you know all of your cookies are gonna be the same size. So yeah, so now I'm going to put the filling, and I'm gonna use this little spatula, and I'm gonna put it on the flat side, which is, you know how this is face down? When you flip it, this is the side you want to put it on, not the side that was upward, but when you flip it, that's the side. Okay, so gonna spread this out a little bit all over the cookie. Okay, so that's one, and then you're going to take the top, the other cookie, and you can just do like that, and there you go. There you have one sandwich. So I'm gonna do the same thing for a couple more. So another thing you could do is you can melt some chocolate, and you could put this around the edge, and if you want color, you could add sprinkles to it. That'll make this like really colorful. Or you don't have to do that. But something you could do with the edges is you could make oh, that's the wrong one. You can make the regular vanilla cookies without the cheesecake filling, and then you can crumble it and dip the cookie in chocolate, and you can put the crumbled edges as like a crunchy kind of topping. Or you can eat this by itself, or you can take it and dip it in the filling because it tastes good either way. So I have my cookie sandwiches done, and these are what they look like. They look really good. They look like whoopie pies, right? I think that's what they're called. So now let's talk about today's Bible verse. And today's Bible verse is 1 Corinthians 11:29, and it says, "For anyone who eats and drinks without discerning the body eats and drinks judgment on himself." As I think about this verse, I think about all the things we do without thinking. Sometimes we are so wrapped up in doing things that we don't consider the things we are doing and how it affects ourselves and those around us. Sometimes when we overeat or drink too much, our stomach hurts because it has been overstretched. This may seem simple and not so much of a big deal, but if we continue to eat that way without thinking, our stomach capacity will expand and we will gain so much weight in which it'll be bad for our health. The same thing goes for so many others in our lives. If we are conscious of what we do or how we do it and why, we can be sure to have experiences that are more beneficial to us. It's not easy or even possible to always make the right choices, but I think it is important to make the best possible choices. I think if we weigh out our options and make an informed decision, it is beneficial to our whole person. It starts with food, but expands to all aspects of areas of our lives. After thinking about this verse, I am sure I would love to try one cookie at a time. I hope you enjoyed this video and found a way to incorporate this message and cookies into your weekend. May God bless you until next time, and always, I'm Hannah J. See you Saturday.